Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are. Thank you for joining Naija Commandos for Life. I'm your host, Goke Taiwo, come like Tiger House. Today is a special edition. Actually, it's edition we're terming command all the way because all the guys here, first of all, except for Ife, my co-host in 88 set, all the guys here are 89 set. And we all went to Command Children's School Ikeja Cantonment and went to Command Secondary School Lagos. So we've known each other for like 40 years or something. So it's very, very interesting. It's going to be funny because, and guys, don't tell any secrets or, no, Sule, especially you, I'm watching you.
No,
you
know?
we all went to primary school together and secondary school. So it's going to be fun. We all know each other. It was all the pranks we used to do, and three of us, actually four of us here were in the same house in Tiger House, the best house ever. Ife, don't even say anything. We outnumber you here. So these are my brothers for life. So Ife, take it away.
All right, guys. We're very glad to have you all here. Actually, okay, let me talk. I'll get to it in a few minutes. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce you guys. Then we'll go back by you guys really introducing yourselves in details. We have 4 89 guys this morning, evening. Suleiman Momo, Yinzwo Elaweremi, Dr. Bumi Adebi, and my parapo guy, Fako. That's Kunle Fakulujo. You guys don't understand the parapo. We're both from Malaysia. So we're taking one at a time. So when I'll start with Suleiman Momo to just briefly introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Suleiman Momo. I'm 89 set. Kofi and I went to school, from primary school to secondary school together. I'm currently into advertising. I also run an NGO called 1 Billion Leaders Foundation. Basically that's it for now.
What house were you?
I don't know what else. Okay, I was in Tiger House, the best house on earth. Shut up.
Yeah. Hello, guys. This is Yinzo Elaweremi, C89, Tiger House, but formerly Octopus House before we created Tiger House. So currently, I am into industrial packaging and decorative paints. Hello, are you with me?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we started up from Command Children's School to Command Ipaja with Goke Taiwo, Umi, Suleiman Momo, and I think Fako. Before they must have transferred him to, I think, Yaba, Command Children's School, Yaba.
I came from Yaba to Ikeja.
Yaba to Ikeja, correct, yes. I think that's all for now. But I also had a senior sister and a junior brother. All of us, we were all in Tiger House.
Make sure you bring them on the show.
Definitely, you'll see them.
All right, my man, Fako.
Yeah, my name is Kunle Fakulujo, known as Fako, also known as Obaiwa, known as the King of Beans. 89 sets. No, we don't like people at the past. I don't eat anymore now. 89 set, Command Secondary School Ibaja. I was at Command Children's School Yaba. I did my nursery 1, and then I was moved down to Command Children's School Ikeja, I think for my nursery 2. I finished from Command Children's School Ikeja, and then I also finished from Command Secondary School Ipaja. Scorpion House used to be Tiger House before, so we are of the same parental tree, only that they moved them away. They took the name Tiger and they gave them a yellow house, and then they gave us a new name, Scorpion. So Greenhouse used to be Tiger. So we can all say that we are Tiger family. Let nobody pride themselves in the word Tiger. Scorpion too can bite, but nevertheless, we are all one family. We've been together for over 40 years now, and by the grace of God, we thank God for life, that we are alive to witness an episode like this.
Uncle, now eulogy you give there, Pastor. Which one be all that one? Which one be all that? Which one be all that speech?
Pastor, we never start on our introduction. All right, okay. Dr. Bumedebi.
All right, thanks a lot. Okay, yeah. So my name is Bolubumi Adebi. Tiger House C89 set. I'm a medical doctor. I'm also a public health specialist. I'm currently the executive director of where I work right now. It's an NGO in Lagos here. We're into grant management, program development, care support, branding for healthcare products and all that. Basically, that's what I do for now. I have an NGO with my wife, which she runs 24 hours. I'm sure some of you know about it. It's called Jackin NGO. That's like a God's call to ensure that as many poor people or people who are less privileged are out of poverty, and they can get care and support one way or the other. Basically, that's it. I also, I went to Command Children's School Ikeja. Really, I can't remember Yinzuo or Fako from there, but I remember Goke definitely. So many other people, but I can't remember Fako, and I'm sure they were all at the back buying sweets and everything. When me, I was trying to study my book.
And I know you very well, though, Bumi.
Okay.
I owe you for that statement. You forgot your nickname and you were called She. You cannot just introduce yourself.
Not she. There's no way to hide.
Yeah.
But but I'll also say Bumi and I also went to the same church when we were in primary school, secondary school. So all same church, Yaba. We used to see each other in church and also in school all the time.
I see Bumi and his elder sister in Command Children's School Ikeja well. So when I got to Ikpaja, I could not mistake his face. So I don't know.
Really, which one are my elder sisters? I have only which one? Which one of them?
I can't remember, but she's just like you. She's dark. I can't remember exactly. But when I got to command, I saw you. I was like, yeah, this is the guy that his elder sister is always holding his hands. When they are going.
How come it's the elder sister that you were knowing?
We are on a live show.
Hey. Let's keep it PG.
Fako, don't expose yourself, please.
All right. So let's move on. So in the same order, we'll start with Suleiman, and this just briefly give us your experiences in command. We have other questions for you guys that we can ask randomly. So share your experiences in command and how it's actually molded you to who you are today, to what you do, or as an individual.
Okay. My experiences in command. I will not say what I experienced in command really molded me into who I am today, but to an extent it did, because let me just say the first day when I got to school. The first day I got to school, I went to the house. I was told to go, and one wicked senior, I wish I can remember his name. I still have him in my prayers. I hope he's alive. The senior told me to go and look for Arodon textbook. I'm sure some of you will. Yeah. So, well, the guy told me to go and look for Arodon textbook from one senior in Dragon House. I went there. This was from around 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I went there, and then the senior told me, okay, I don't textbook that he gave it to one other guy in another house. I almost went around the school. I came back around 9 p.m. frustrated, sitting in front of my house. Then the next thing, one senior asked me what the problem was. So I told him that one senior told me to go and look for one Arodon textbook. So the guy was laughing. I was frustrated here, and this guy was just laughing away. I felt angrier. So the guy eventually told me that it was a scam, that there's nothing like Arodon textbook, and that it was just a ploy to send you around the school. That was my first test of being scammed in Nigeria by by schoolmates. I took that to heart. And then also some of the experiences I also went through in school. In school then, they used to call me a minister. So I did not really go through a lot. But I remember one time I was in the canteen. Sometimes when you raiding is basically when there's famine in school, and then people go around to steal food. So I was not very fast then. So I saw one big bowl with moi. It was moi they were serving that day, so I picked two. As I was running out from the dining hall, the biology teacher caught me, and he said that, Goke, can you remember the guy's name? That was one Igbo guy, the biology teacher. Yeah. So the guy called me at the door and said, Sule, man, you may want to eat double ration. Come on, drop on my mind. I found this strange because some people were carrying bowls of moi. I was just carrying two, and the guy told me to drop it. What am I going to drop it for? So I just ran away, and then that was the story for another day. And then RSM, people. I never stole chicken in school, but I partook in eating. Really nice. I never knew they were very good cooks in school. So props to all the chefs out there that made me part of the experience. Okay, some of the things it has also helped me in my business world, being able to go beyond my strengths. It has also taught me to also cherish people, cherish friendships, because the bond I've made in command over 40 years, you guys, it's because when you get old, at the end of the day, it's not your secondary school, no, it's not your university guys you remember. It's usually the strongest bond you made in secondary school. I don't know why, but usually people remember those. So I was also very good in art then. And what happened on one occasion was that, it was very popular to be when we were leaving school, people were saying they wanted to be lawyers, they wanted to be doctors, they wanted to be engineers, they wanted to be different things. So I was very good in art. So what happened then was that I didn't want to do art because my elder brother was doing painting in ABU then. So my mom then convinced me to do something else, which I was also excited about. I said I was going to do biz admin. So I filled that in my JAM form. And then that night, after filling the form, my dad now asked what I filled for. I said I filled in for biz admin. But I said, you're very good in art, and he knows you're good in art. Why didn't you go for art? I said I just wanted to do something else since I knew art. So the next day, my popsy dragged me to the JAM office, pulled out my JAM form, and I refilled it for art. So today, I'm even grateful about that because I'm into advertising. What I did in school then also helped me. And that decision has also helped me in the sense that I'm not going to influence my children on what they eventually want to do. So that's another learning curve for me.
Wait, I'm confused. Your dad took you to JAM office. They pulled out the form you filled before. and you now corrected it. That is when you know that you have your popsy has connection. That's how you know that you are a real minister. You understand that then you can go and pull your form from millions of people to correct it. Ah, okay, carry on.
While some people will go to local government and collect free money for a new jam form.
Then they removed your own from the old file. Oh no, but that 1990. Okay, yeah, okay. I can see that Minister of Information, yes sir, was what they were doing.
Chris. Okay. So basically, that's my introduction. I don't want to take too long. Yeah.
All right.
That's my introduction. I don't want to take too long. Thank you.
Thank you, Sule. Yinzo.
Okay. Yeah. My experiences are not much because I was a very quiet type when I was there.
You were.
I joined from definitely. But I had good friends like Koketaiwo, because we started from the primary school, Command Children's School. When I joined from Tiger End. That's Octopus House. That was the first house. Then they had not created the Tiger House. So I will be very happy to say that Tiger House is the best house because I experienced both houses. Tiger House is the best.
Never do that.
My experience with
no, it's Ife I'm talking to. It's Ife I'm talking to.
Best
I won't go sleep. I beg. Stop. When I wake up, when I'm done.
So my experiences from command has helped me to shape my life today. Because if I want to talk about, if I want to talk about my experiences with RSM and my experience with RSM started from the barracks. He knew me right from the cantonment. We were neighbors. Wow. I was very unlucky with him. When we got to school, I was very, very unlucky with him because I was too playful when I was young. Very playful, but not stubborn, you understand? So I will play football, I will hit when he's sleeping, I will hit his door with the ball. He will come out and he sees me, this guy. So by the time they posted him to command, and he saw my face, hi. If his chicken lost like this, he will come to dining hall. This man looked for me for the whole week, 1 week, sees my food. Where's the laweremi? Where's the laweremi? I will go under the table. I will be there. My boys, they will not even, but they will seize my food. You know, up till our reunion on the 30th, I was called out, but I never ate RSM chicken. You understand? I never ate, but if you are talking of cassava, raiding of cassava, other things,
Cocoa.
I partook. Cocoa. Even the cassava, I will do everything. We boil it, cook. I don't know how to eat it. I will just eat small, but I like to partake in all those adventures. You understand? So, but RSM, that man, anything that happens, I will not be there. Even there was an experience. I will give an experience on when we were doing our extension classes during our final year. From final year, when some student went to blow banger on the girls, when the girls were doing prep on in the dining hall. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yes, actually, Bola said it in the last one, 6th edition, that it was him and Sheye that did it, but they picked other boys. He admitted that he did it.
We were all sleeping that night. They picked every student. We went to the commandant's house, all the whole from 5 students. Then RSM said, I know all the bad boys that will do this thing. They started picking everybody. He started picking the bad boys. This man got to me, picked me. I said, He turned his back. I jumped back to the good boy side. Crap. That's how I escaped that man. But you know, the next morning, when we got to the dining hall, those boys suffered though. The boys they picked us, they drilled them. Many of them fell sick. They got, you understand me? So I was not looking at myself. So I will suffer this, what I did not do. I will suffer for what I did not do like this. That was my experience with RSM. And one other experience that shaped my life there was academically. This our first commandant, A.O. Lawal. May his soul rest in peace. That man is a great man. Because there was that time when he came in, he introduced this system of first third, we sit on executive chairs. Then the last 10. Last 10 we always stand up. If there's any lecture you have, you stand for 5 or 10 minutes. Everybody will know that you're among the last 10. And during the visiting day, you won't be able to see your parents during the visiting day. Unfortunately for me, because I was very playful at my junior, from 1 to Form 3. I was among the first set of those last 10. But it was a challenge for me that this last 10, this will be my last time to be among this last 10. But unfortunately, it was stopped. You understand, to the extent that I was put on a seat with the person I used to carry first in the class. There was a time they gave us an assignment to do assignment, mass assignments. In the morning, we will now submit and exchange with your partner. When we did the assignment, I asked the senior to do for me. That's Senior Ozegbe. That guy used to know maths very well, so it was our senior. So when we are getting Ozegbe, yes, he always do that for all of us. He would just write. So some of us, what's the answer? What's the answer? 38. You write 38. They now put me with this guy. This almighty Benga Ogumekon was my partner. So Mr. Gbason said, yeah, exchange your books. We'll not do this. The answer is 38. Benga mark now. Benga said, excuse me, sir. He got the answer, but there's something. What is it? Then he brought it up to Mr. Gbason. Mr. Gbason said, this is Ururu to the answer. He got it. So they flogged me that day. But from that day, I said, no, I will read. I was an art student, but I used to read my maths. The samples I will read, check very well, make sure that.
The first experience that Command has instilled in me and which I'm still growing in is the academic aspect. Command Secondary School Ikpaja of our time can be likened to the hybrid private schools of today. The teachers were very, very articulate, they were decisive, they were ready to deliver to us, you know. Another thing is, I'll never forget is, I think when Colonel Lawal came, that was the first time we had series of textbooks, exercise books. So they actually equipped us with all the textbook that we needed. I think that was in GSS 3, where we had the combined courses of arts and science. Yeah, I'm sorry, Form 3, I'm sorry. Because I think we're the one that launched that red brick block of classes.
Yes,
at the back.
we did in 87.
From 3, yes.
Yeah, 87.
I said that launched it. So I noticed that I had this big bag and I was always bringing all my books, physics, chemistry, because we had all the combined courses, you know. And so I would never forget that. Concerning academics, the ability to read well, write, and articulate, Command actually had a great impact on me in that aspect. The other thing also that I'll never forget is that fatherly touch of social life that Colonel Lawal brought to our lives. Towards the Christmas holiday, we would be made to pack out the dining table and chairs, and we arrange it at the back of the auditorium. And it's like a fatherly children gathering where we have breakdance, we have jollof rice, we had limca, we had goat spot under the moonlight. I've never had that experience before. And all through till we've passed out, since as long as he was the commandant, then we're always having that get together at the back of the admin block. Yeah, I remember it's at the admin block, the field close to the generator and girls hostel. We carried the dining chairs and table, and we are there under the moonlight. Another positive knowledge that I took out of command were the songs that Colonel Lawal taught us. There are times I lie on my bed, and those songs, they replay themselves in me, like this one. Ipoola mi ò kọ̀ kó ná mi lówó, kó ná mi lára, ẹni àtàtà, àjẹni ọlọ́lá, orí bá ń jọba láàyè mo ti máa dé ibẹ̀.
Yeah, that's true.
There was another teacher that instilled knowledge in me. That is Mr. Kojo Tete. He taught us about the song. You know, one song that Kojo Tete taught, let me just try and remember several of his songs, like Baba Luwa Hoshe,
Baba Luwa
Hoshe.
I got 3 more minutes. So. Continue singing.
Wow.
Another song
Franco, I have your own song too after everything. I'll sing your song for you.
When the sun sets us free, we shall be free indeed. All glory. When the sun sets us free, we shall be free indeed. All glory. We shall be free.
We shall be free. We shall be free. We shall be free.
We shall be free. Come to Jesus. Don't let us spiritualize.
Wow.
You've taken us to church. Marco, you've taken us to church.
Wonderful.
Actually, it's so funny. I've forgotten all those songs. Once you start singing it, I remember now.
What about this Daniel song? We are calling all pirates. We are calling all pirates.
Yes, that's right. I remember that
one. Sorry, let me add one. Sorry.
Let me add one for Faco. What of Faco's?
Why? This is a clarion call to all citizens. Why? This is a clarion call to all citizens.
Then another experience is that of the raiding of cassava. I don't want to mention names, so let me be the only culprit here. But I and some guys in Scorpion House, we have this Gymtex bag. So what we do, Gymtex bag has 2 handles. So the handle, we put it around our neck, so the back is opened. It's opened at our back. So we are rushing in the farm, we are uprooting the cassava, we are breaking it and putting it in the bag like that because it must not be cut. So because then I discovered that cassava has certain layers. If you don't get to the last layer, it will never be boiled. The last layer is like a transparent plastic. That is where the real cassava is in. So we now remove the real cassava. We put it in the metal bucket, the bucket we used to have our bath. We put water, then we now use boiling ring and boil it. When it's boiled, we'll now take this square that you use for technical drawing. We'll put palm oil, we'll put sardine, geisha, not sardine. Then we'll now be stirring it with the T-square. And so the sound that it makes, because it still has water inside, you'll be hearing okot. So we now call the food okotoko. So so we now call it okotoko. Then we now surround the bucket with our spoon, and then we eat the food. But there was one experience that today it still haunts me, and I wish I never took part in. But I didn't take part in it directly. There was a guy that sleeps, I can't remember him now. He sleeps very deeply in Scorpion House. So what we did one day, we carried him with a single bunk, and we carried him from upstairs. We carried him downstairs, and we took him to the cemetery, and we covered ourselves with white bed sheets. I thank God that guy didn't die of shock, because he got up from the bed, he saw us in white, and he knew he was in the cemetery, and he ran naked back to What we are guys in shop? What would you have to read today?
No, but Tiger House was notorious for that because we were closer to the cemetery. So in Tiger House, we did it more than any other house.
That was very, very, very notorious.
So you guys, you carried them all the way from upstairs. That would have been difficult now.
We're carrying him slowly, and we put him. Like, you know the way they carry coffin today?
I know.
And we walk.
You guys were the original pallbearer.
I suppose get that music, add up to this one.
For real.
No, I didn't know someone else did that thing. Tiger House was bad for that stuff. Tiger House was. I carried someone to the grave too. Tiger House was bad.
I was the pallbearer too.
Yeah, I was probably, but I think it was. When I think about it today, I think it was bad because a lot of people just collapsed there. Some could have died because they wake up, they will like see gray, they'll see people in white, they'll just collapse. You understand? So because of that, that's the reason I sleep light now because I was scared. They tried to carry me, and it's too late. One time you said you are one of the boys that tried to carry me to grave and stuff, and I woke up. So that's why.
You forgot one song now, the school anthem.
Fako has his own intro, his own song into the dining hall.
Oh yeah, sing it.
Let me sing it for him. Fakulujo, Binsburger, Centrosima, Binsburger, Fakulujo. I hope you remember that song. Because when Fakulujo is entering the dining hall, everybody must have settled down. When they want to
yes, he came late.
He will come late and fly his collar.
Yes.
Everybody always fly his collar. Always get button in the front. Guests are always at the front. Fakulujo will just come in, be bouncing. So we with our spoon and our aluminum plate. Bang, bang, bang. Fakulujo. Hey, Binsburger. Centrosi. I said that was
that was in Form 4, right? That was in Form 4.
Yes, that was
in Form 4, right? Yeah, I remember now. Fakulujo.
Very interesting human being.
One of that thing is our dining timetable, which was, to me, when I think about it right now, I see it as child abuse. The food they gave to us. Wow. I hope my children will not go through that by the time they get to secondary school, by God's grace. Because when you look at Monday morning, there's what we call Oski loaf. It was child abuse. They're very too small. It was just small.
My God.
If you see loaf now, I'm telling you, they were just tiny Ghana for puff. We would fight for Oski loaf with a tiny cube of butter. And the next afternoon, they'll give us undried eba with miserable vegetable.
But those are part of the experiences.
I've ever had was Wednesday evening, 6 slices of plantain. On Thursday evening, we had
that experience will make you
that plantain.
survive
Can you remember
poverty.
to
make you survive poverty in life, so it's a good thing.
Yeah? You said?
The first time they introduced plantain to us in that school, can you remember? We waited in the dining hall in the evening, they brought two slices, the plantain. Two slices. Then we were saying, now, is this testing or what? Is it for us to test? The main course is coming.
When you not think back, you just see that these things were child abuse, and we could not complain. That's the reason why we vehemently, with passion, raided cassava. No, but I have an apology.
No, but it's funny you said that because
on Friday night, I still have an apology on Friday night because we always eat boiled yam and fish stew on Saturday morning. By Friday night, they would have cut the yams and put it in those funny boiler, those big silver boiling pots. At night, I and my guys, I don't want to mention names. Maybe when you bring them, you can mention their name. Cool. Let me consider them because you don't know where this video can go. Let them not go and lose an important contract that you're a thief. We can't give you this job. So honestly, be careful. So we'll now go to the dining hall. We'll raid the yams because they still have their peel on the body. we raid and fuel our G-Tex bag. Then we carry a plastic bucket and load, because there are pieces of fish. They would have removed the bones, but there will be no stew in it. You know, we'll not pack the fish and take them to the dining hall. So when at first I was guilty that, but later I now sat down, I thought of it that the food was child abuse. And so after they have abused us from Monday to Friday, although joyfully because it's a discipline, because right now I'm not the eating type any longer. I eat maybe once a day. Sometimes I even forget that I've eaten, you know, especially when
you not eat with other parts of your body.
So what happened? So you now see that on Friday, I think this Friday afternoon or evening, they give us jollof rice with one tiny fried meat. And on Sunday afternoon, they'll now add limca to the same jollof rice with fried fish. Maybe that was to appease to us and say we are sorry. Because if we're to probe that kitchen, some people were stealing our food home. I'm sorry to say, maybe the matron or maybe the cooks, the commandant, I'm very sure.
And they were always fat.
Yes, must have loaded our kitchen, but some people in that kitchen were stealing the food of the students.
But can I say something? No, but Fako, no, I want to quickly say something to Fako. So remember in '88 when Colonel Obidipe became commandant, and we were from 4. Remember the first day he came to small dining hall and sat on a table. You understand? And everybody took their food. Then he took the first somebody's food. Then he ate that person's food. Then the kitchen now brought a plate for him, which was much bigger than he gave whoever. And that thing used to cause fight, because I remember those days that when he would sit on the edge. When everybody takes their food, then the last person, the 2 last people will be waiting, and they don't want to touch the food because they're waiting for kidney. But because of that, they improved the food in our form 4. If you remember, because he would just go and sit anywhere, they don't know where he's sitting. So the food became better when Obidipe was there, you understand, because of what you were saying. I remember that, you understand. But that thing used to cause fights.
Guys, sorry, let's not get too carried away. Let's not get too carried away. Dr. Bumi has not spoken, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
So we can always go back to the...
Let me end with this. There were 2 major fights I will never forget in command. The first one was Wale Adebogun and Peter Odumusu. They were too tight and they really raised dust.
Too tight,
Fight, whole boys dormitory was in disarray. Then the second fight was between 2 of our seniors, Brozimo and Adewale Aboke. I remember there was songs like that. Today, Brozimo and Aboke. Today, Brozimo. They really beat the shit out of them. And I think it was
who won? I can't remember who won that fight.
The one that they called Shola Katanga. He was the one.
Oh yeah,
Katanga. Yeah.
Linus House.
Linus House and Dragon House. It was dust raising fight. I'll never forget those fights.
Who won in that Katanga fight?
I don't even want to know. I left too.
Oh, okay. Because Katanga dealt with me in my phone too. I was pissed. Well, yeah, that's another story.
That looks like,
okay, guys, we'll go get back to all these escapades. Let's get Dr. Bumi to go for it.
All right.
Is he still there?
Thanks. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you for waiting. Don't mind Fako. Don't mind Fako. That guy get home.
Fako now chatterbox.
All right. Well, for me, my first experience was actually entering the school itself. The first day, we carried all our on our head, the boxes and everything. They didn't allow my mom or the driver that came to carry for me. They said no, and I've never carried anything on my head before. So I was like, wow, I'm telling you, real Ajabota. And all of a sudden, from where? Only me. I was so small. From the, I don't know, what's that hall? That hall by the gate side.
Auditorium.
Yeah.
Yes, to Scorpion House. I was Scorpion House.
Wow.
So I carried everything. I didn't know anybody. I carried all. I just went to the hall. And thank God, I think someone was waiting for me there. I don't know. They gave me my bunk and all that. So really, I felt so, oh my God, I'm going to miss all those. I thought my mom was going to help me carry it. That was my first experience. And, and I said, so the next morning, they didn't even waste time. 4 a.m. I don't know the guys in Scorpion House. We carried, they told us to buy O and Cutlass. I bought my own. 4 a.m. we were waking up to go and start cutting grass in the morning. I've never known that in my whole life. And I said,
how many buckets of tears did you drop from each eye?
Well, nothing much really. If you actually love the experience, because after my Form 1, Form 2, yes, I did. I actually love cutting grass. You know,
What?
I remember myself when I moved
you love
to
cutting
Tiger
grass.
House. Oh yeah, I love cutting grass.
Which kind of
For the help me now. I'm a contract you.
You know, I remember the house captain will give you those the V shape portion. So yeah, go and cut that grass. And myself and Obasa, when I moved to Tiger House, we used to compete. You know, I just love cutting. Then you know,
Obasa too was a lawnmower.
Oh man, Obasa loved to cut.
He loved.
You know, but you know, in Form 3, I had my leg issue where I was operated on. I was out of school for like almost a term.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so I had to stop cutting all the grass and all that. So so my experiences were also quite psychological. I don't know, maybe that's why I went to study medicine. I just love to admire people. I love to learn from people. What Kunle was saying earlier was very true. Where we go to the back of the admin building, everybody, where we just under the moonlight, there'll be drama, there'll be plays, there'll be like a family, meeting at night, telling stories, hello and all that. And one of our seniors, I don't know her name, and there was this song that she sang that particular night, silent movies always makes me cry. Ooh, silent movies always makes me cry. And she's on going on and on and on. And I'll be just saying, wow, what a wonderful day, Yes.
Under the moonlight.
Yes, under the moonlight. It was for me. I used to love all those things. Then coming back to Mr. Kojotete, yes, there's a particular song that really moved me, and I think we used to win. Command Lagos used to win. I don't know if first or second
singing competitions.
Yes, I don't know if first or second because of him. Tie, na mo me na me ni me na.
Yeah, I remember that song. That's the Ghanaian song. That's the Ghanaian song, right?
Yeah, it's Ghanaian.
Man, you're bringing some bad nostalgic memories.
Remember that song? Yeah.
No, Mr. Kujide was really that kind of person. Yeah. Although he was the first person to flog me with Koboko. And that's why I didn't like him.
you remember the recorder that was under Sergeant, what's his name? Sergeant, Staff Sergeant Brown. Because it was working on that gave us recorder. That everybody had recorder and we could play
the flute.
The flute.
We had the recorder, that's true. So,
true.
The other experiences were actually in the hostel, in the dormitory. The seniors were always fighting. I just see big men with muscles fight. I just oh my God. I just feel, and in Scorpion House, we had very wicked seniors. They'll tell you to line up together, face each other and start slapping yourselves. If you. And I said, I did it too. They were slapping me, I was slapping them back. Fear. If you. And I said, stop. Yeah, what kind of wickedness is this? Then they will say, last man. And if they burn you well, if you don't come to that center of that hall at that particular time, hey, that last man will be the one going to fetch all the water for every senior in that place. So you run, you be the one where you're last man. Even at times, your senior, if you're from 1, maybe from 2, you see one boy say last man, if you run, because you won't know whether it's one from 5 senior that's calling you. You not see it's one small boy calling you. I tell you, feel like beating the boy, but he's your senior now, but you just look at the guy and all that. So me too now. I now did it when I was when we entered from last time of from 1 last time. So this, I just saw, I was just alone in my bed area there. I just shouted, last man, hey, somebody run. I said, hey,
And two boys did not beat you for that.
They don't beat you.
I escaped that. You know, I had these senior school fathers. I had school fathers in Scorpion, Dragon, in Octopus, in Flying Us, because my senior brother was there. Well, I just left.
Oh, okay.
So they all knew him. Yeah, Gbenga. So they all knew him, you know. So, and although they were all very wicked seniors, so all my bonvita and everything, they'll come and grab. They'll come to my locker. They say, hey, wait, did you bring all those things? Don't grab everything. I thought you were a school father. You're supposed to be taking care of me now. And they're coming, you know. So that was what happened there. Then when we moved to Tiger House, I mean, a new friendship, new people, very lovely people. Me, Goke, Obasa, Onosonya, Leke, Tony Okafor, our junior scholar. I used to Scholar guy. I can't remember his full name now.
Egone too, Anthony Egone.
Yeah, Tony Egone, Ashorobi, you know, all those guys are my side. Yes, then if you go to the other side, Colonel Lawa, yes, great impression in us, great impression. What really struck me with Colonel Lawa was his apt in English. It was very sound. It was a disciplinarian. I remember the case that happened to Endurance. Can you remember Endurance?
Oh yes,
They tried to suicide or so.
Flying us out.
Flying us out. Yeah, no, it was flying us.
That was in.
That one of the seniors told him to go and drink the reservoir water.
Oh yes.
Okay. It was in my house. I remember that senior.
That Colonel Lawal, you know, brought the guy out, you know, faced the whole hall. The seniors that did that, right in front of the guy, in front of the old school, they flogged the guy. I think there were 12, I can't remember. And it was put in, I can't remember, they were put in Gadro or other punishment and all that. And I said, in my heart, I said, yeah, that's good. Now the seniors were being punished right in front of us. But you know, the one about that is that when they go back to the hall, the seniors go and punish the guy again, all over again. And I said, hey, oh my God, you know, so I mean, all those experiences. I said, so the best is just keep your mouth shut.
No snitches. Don't snitch.
I'm telling you, yeah. You know, then the cassava thing. Yes, I enjoyed cassava eating. I love cassava eating. I never went to the raiding. I didn't have the liver to go and start raiding people, you know. But the eating, oh my God! When them Yuzu and Co bring all their things, oh yaka. All of them, I eat very well. Put correct palm oil and salt. Roll it together. You know, yes. And when I moved to Octopus, no, that was in Form 4. I moved as a senior. I was with Gbenga Fashiluka. He was the house captain then, so I just moved into his room, a small room there. So, you know, as captain now, when all his boys go and raid, everything comes back to the house captain now. So we used to enjoy all those ones there, you know. Then the teachers were so beautiful. I mean, Mrs. Fashero, Mrs. Ebo, the physics teacher, I can't remember their names really, chemistry, Agric. Who can remember that Agric teacher that taught us how to do all those farming and all that? I can't remember his name now. That man was very good. I mean, he taught us how to raise our farms up and all that.
Oh, what's that man's name?
One big experience was, for me, was when we had to pass our WAEC. I mean, I was in science class, and also I was doing technical drawing. Now, at the point in time, I love technical drawing. I used to do, but it was wasting time, and mock exam was coming, and I said, well, if I choose technical drawing in my work, I was going to fail 2 more courses. I said no, so I dropped technical drawing, and within 2 weeks, I read history. I didn't know I could grab history in my brain like that. I was reading history as if I was reading 1 + 1 = 2. And within 2 weeks, I went through all the past questions and everything, and I passed. And I did history too in my work, and I passed. And I was shocked. I said I could pass history like this within 2 weeks because, yes, I was science, because of course, science, medicine, and because I wanted to become a medical doctor or something in that line. You know, but what struck me is that even when I entered medicine, I felt I shouldn't have been a doctor. I felt I should have been something else. And that's what, even up to now, And that's why I went into something else in medicine, which is public health. So I used to remember all these scenarios that happen in school because I'm like a psychological guy. I like to reason with people and all that. And in public health is just exactly what it is. And thank God I'm there now. So coming back to school was very interesting. I was with friends, going back to sports center, all the Omi or something, that we used to go and eat there.
Censored word.
Yeah, it's censored, I used to take all the Eba.
Go kid, what's still tell you?
Bumi is a pastor now. Dr. Bumi is a pastor.
Certain things I have to be careful in saying, Yeah, but the memories are still there, There was a particular story. I enjoyed this story. Because Form 5, we had finished, I think, some courses or so. So all of a sudden, the RSM said that nobody, and the AO, was it AO? Yeah, AO now. AO.
Yeah, the AO, yes.
The admin officer, yeah, I can't remember his name now. He said nobody should go to the dormitories. Everybody was okay. And as I see boys going now, they were all going. I mean, I joined you. That's why we joined from class. We're all tired now. We're all finished school. That's why the man just sent soldiers. Everybody go and catch everybody. Hey! So I had this small canvas as I went. Me too, I joined them to go to the bush. We all ran to the bush. We passed all the rivers, all the streams.
What happened that time, Bumi, what happened that time was we packed all our chairs and tables to the auditorium for the WAEC examination. We had no seats in the classroom, and they want us to be in the classroom to read. There will be no seats, so we have to come to the dormitory to sit, to be reading. They always think we are we are reading in the dormitory, but they will send soldiers to come and chase. So we they chased us into the bush that day.
It was terrible that day. So when I joined them, all of a sudden I missed my way in the bush. I was passing from one stream to the other. I said, Oluwa, okay, So all of a sudden, I found my way back into the back of, I think, a female hostel or so. That side, coming towards Flying North, that side, sir. So all of a sudden, I just saw like two soldiers coming towards me. They didn't see me initially. I thought they did not see me. So I then went to hide in between some bushes. I was there. I lay down. I was there for like 2 minutes. All of a sudden, from nowhere, I just saw one guy run from the back, grab me from behind, raise me up, and he said, "You, how did you see me?" I was shocked. I said, since then, I respected soldiers. I said, these people are very smart. Hey, so that brought me in front of Flying Us. That's how Bele Coach came. May so rest in peace, if you remember him. Bele Coach, yeah. Bele Coach came, started flogging me. Then RSM 2 came. Now, RSM, remember that I had this issue with my leg in Form 3. So he said, is it you? You sweat. So when Belego finished, in that game, like two, I was trying to argue, leave me, I have my bush kind of, so I remember he flogged me very well that day. I remember that day. It was very well. Then I remember one day I was having in front of Tiger House, at times early in the morning, you go have your bath on that. It's a particular pavement. There beside
That's
where we used to bath now.
And RSM said you must not come and have your bath there or something. So me, I thought I was smart now. I just quickly went to have my bath there. From nowhere, this man again. I said, this RSM. Hey, the man would just come and grab me from somewhere. I couldn't run away. Right there, I was naked. I said the man flogged me again. Fia. I said, this man catch me.
Bumi, he flogged you with water on your back, Abi?
With water on my body, yeah.
Yeah, actually done that to me in Form 3. That was the worst flogging I've got. I was the only Form 3 boy with 5 Form 4 boys. They caught all of us were late, actually, in October South Uni. So when they would draw that circle, there were like 6 soldiers with him. So when it was my turn, I was the second person. When they flogged me, if you see the speed I ran, they chased me to Scorpio House and brought me back. I was screaming and crying. You're like, no, you are going to sweat. I'm like, there's water on my back. There's water on my back. He was like,
Let me tell you something, RSM. Sorry, Bumi. I'm sorry for taking your time.
Go ahead.
I walked past RSM one day, and he took his cane and he flogged. Chak. I said, sir, what did I do? He said, not what did you do. in case you do something, I'm beating your head.
Oh my God.
I know you're bad boy. If I go do job, you're a bad boy. In case you do something, I beat your head. I was like, sorry, Dr. Bumi, give me 1 minute more.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm very sorry. This just came to me. When Scorpion House and Mr. Ashere now came in the during prep, we didn't go for prep. I know that the dormitory is like a triangle. You go in from the small door, then the down dormitory, then the staircase, then the up dormitory, then you can come back again on the other side of the staircase. So you can actually go up round. You know, there are 3 dormitories, downstairs, upstairs, then the third one is at the other angle there. Do you understand? So you have a staircase here, you have this dormitory, down dormitory, then you have another staircase. So you can actually go in, run up and down. So he now came in through the door. He came to the down dormitory. Somebody now shouted, because it was our housemaster then, Mr. Shere is coming, Mr. Shere is coming. So they now switched off the light. We now ran. He ran and pursued us. We came up. He said, nobody here. So he took instead of him on the other side. He now ran through this other side. He was following us on the same angle. He got upstairs, nobody. He came down. We ran again. You know, so somebody, we don't know who did that. We're crying out loud. It was dark. Somebody now slapped him. Why? It was on a Saturday. I'm not finished though. On Monday, during assembly, Mr. Colonel Awa was like, "Oh, Scorpion House today, you have committed a calamity that will not be done in school. Oh, Mr. Sheriff, come and give us your order." When I came to Scorpion House, I came to come and make sure that I saw that they didn't go for their prep. I ran in, they were running, I was pursuing them, and suddenly it came like a messiah.
Similar thing happened to
Wait, so became like a messiah.
Oh my God.
That slap was, I mean, serious. That slap was, I mean, serious. Like, you're killing me here. So what would I said? Did they match from 4 for 5 boys? Did they deal for 4 or they dealt to everybody?
No, there was, I mean, because he couldn't, the way he said it, the whole auditorium just scattered that morning because Lawatu was laughing. But, I don't know, but they just want us. You know, it came suddenly, unexpectedly. It came like a messiah.
Oh my God. Hey guys. Okay.
Sorry,
Doctor, are you done?
I forgot her name. One fat lady, a Yoruba woman. You know, when she enters the current command
right now.
No. Don't go back 30 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 of my children passed out from command.
Wow.
Already?
2 of my daughters, my first daughter, second daughter passed out already. That was 2013,
See, command is
2015.
good now compared to before. You know.
Before, you see, like you said, command is
command
very good now.
is better now
30 years ago.
compared to the way we were abused psychologically.
Wow.
I wanted them to experience a little. I wanted them to experience little bit because, like we are speaking now. I used to tell them the experiences we went through, so they wanted to. So I wanted them to. Since I'm in Lagos, I made sure they entered the school, and they had their own experience. It was a very good. That shaped them.
Wow.
Hey, please,
I can say their standards were even better than my standard.
For real?
Yeah.
For
Things
real.
have improved.
Hey, usual.
Yes.
Check this out.
Changed. Yes.
We're going to get back to you because we're going to bring your kids on the show at some point.
Oh, okay, no problem.
You want to hear from that generation.
No problem.
So, Sule, you go say your picking go school. Go command.
Are they Chris? No. Let me just explain. I hear that the standard of their education has really improved. I don't know. There was a time I heard that they were doing robotics or they wanted to do robotics. I was surprised. Is it true? Okay, remember, there was one place when we went to the school, they said that there was one building that they were
using. Yeah, they were building something that they had just upgraded a set donated 300 laptops, so they have a computer lab. So they were trying to do that after. I think they were talking about it in 2017.
So that was very laudable then, hearing about that, Command is really thinking about the future. Why not? We like to expose our kids to that kind of education, and I can't say the experience is what we experienced then, because I hear that the seniors are no more as brutal as they used to be. So normally standards have come in. What we went through in school is not the same they are experiencing in terms of the life, so that boarding life has been diluted. It's now a saner place to stay. So I'm sure every parent would want to take their kid to a saner school. But what we went through also built us to today. So I don't know. I won't want anyone to start beating my kids, but what we went through was also helpful in helping us in being who we are.
Brutal.
It was brutal, but to an extent, it really shaped us. It shaped us.
It did.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fako.
Yeah. I won't lie to you. Maybe because most of you, when you go to command, you just go for a social gathering, football match. I go to cover events in command. And to tell you the truth, when you look at the dormitory, when you look at the lifestyle, ours was better. I would not want my child to go to command of today, all right, based on the standard of living their dormitory or is it their hostel. Then, although the last event 89 set had, the students joined us on the football pitch. I could see how dirty, how scruffy, how unruly. I'm sorry to use those words. I'm just being I'm not a sensational person. I'll not come here and advertise the command and other people now bring their children there and they say I told a lie. It's the truth. I think was there. The way I saw the children, we don't look like that when we go for football. We keep up in our time. We are cleaner. Our houseware, our trousers ironed, very clean, and we're not so unruly as it were. I remember when MKO Abiola came for one of our inter-house sports, where nobody needed to tell us how to, we coordinated ourselves. Nobody was stronging him and making noise. No, everybody was dead silent. And I think we gave Rosimo Bradoye, was it?
Yes.
4,000 naira.
That has to do with the school management. They don't organize the students like they used to organize us during our time.
And then our time, there's one thing, no matter what you say about RSM, there's one thing I can never forget about him, is his intellectualism. He knows every student by name.
Every student.
Up to now.
Yeah. I don't know about the RSM now. Ajayi Oba knows everybody by name. He will attach one or two things to you. And I'm like, how does this man do it with the whole crowd? You understand? So I don't think, if it were 30 years ago, I'll be glad to bring my children to school 30 years ago. But now I'll be a little bit skeptical. I don't think, I'll rather they be a day student.
But Faka, I'll say something. I'll say there's a difference. No, if I just want to quickly say, there's a difference. Sule, you remember in 2017 when we went and we're talking to the kids in Tiger House, one of the questions we asked them that they don't do anymore that they used to do to us is, first of all, I think the regimental thing has rightfully been diluted because
true.
3 times a week we wake up at 12 o'clock for jogging, 6 kilometers each, come back, do your chores, morning walk, and everything. By 6:30, everybody was standing by their bed for inspection. So they're inspecting your bed and you.
Yeah,
You
the
understand?
bed,
And
yeah, and you.
so I remember in my Form 4 and Form 3, I was doing inspection for young junior students, and Form 4 too, where you walk, if the person's bed, you deal with them, you make sure that everything
Well
is
done.
ironed and dealt with. You will delay them and they will be dealt with. So I don't think we asked them if they did that. They said no, they don't do that. You understand? So that's the reason why during our own time, our clothes were neat, because the dump captain will deal with you. Because I remember those days now. If RSM used to come to the dumps to inspect the dumps, right? And if a house was dirty, RSM will go and meet the house captain and flog the house captain. And you know it going down from there. House captain will come to the dump captain, deal with the dump captain. You will now see during siesta, you see a bunch of students doing drills, front jump, rolling. Why? Because dump captain is rolling all of them. so it went down that way. So when you see the next day, you see everybody is at attention, and everything is on par. You understand? Because RSM does not have time to be flogging everybody. Once he deals with house captain deals with dump captain will deal with section captain will carry 5 or 6 people together. All of them, you see them crying in the middle of the next day, they are all looking straight. That is the regimental lifestyle. I know.
Discipline now.
Yeah, the discipline. Because even my kids, I used to tell them this story. So I have videos of them where I told them that you have to be making your bed from when they were 6 years old. So when I opened it up, I was like, attention. They stood at attention. They had made their bed. I inspected before they were in elementary school. Inspect their clothes and everything. If they wore 2 different socks, my friend, change the socks. You understand? Now they make their beds every morning. You understand? Yeah. Because I was doing that for them for like a year and a half. So you understand? And those are things that I wake up and make my bed, because we remember how it was those days. So when we went to the school in 2017, we saw their beds all looking messed up. That could never happen during our own time. It was never. It was straight, because the house captain will deal with you mercilessly for that kind of thing. So I think that has been diluted, looking at command when I went in 17. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear from
for me, yeah, I think, I won't actually send my kids there right now. I'll follow with whatever he's saying, especially what Kwako said earlier. Truly that discipline, when we went there last year was actually zero. When we went there about 4 years ago for career lectures, they didn't, it was like, they didn't even know where they were going to. The guidance and counseling unit was zero. Yes, during our time, they were there, they were talking to us, but it wasn't that structured too, But now it's totally zero. There is nothing is happening. So they that kind of academic, then they're overpopulated.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that they just kept on bringing people everywhere, that really the structure has just everything just down. I said, why?
So I think it's difficult to manage because there are too many students. Maybe that's part of it compared to when we were there.
Yes, definitely. So I was not telling. I think I was in one of the teachers. Why can't you just build more command schools? Why do you have to bring everybody to one place? I mean, it doesn't make sense. So you can build as many command schools everywhere.
No, they have a lot of command schools around the whole federation.
They've built more.
Yes. Or maybe they can expand.
They have actually built
they have
more
enough land.
schools.
All right, so
they can even expand the structures within the school.
Yes, exactly. They can expand the structures.
But I think a lot of people like coming to Ikpaja. That's the thing. Is the first top commands Ibadan, Kaduna, Kaduna, Jos. But for some reason, everybody wants to come to.
We're strong guys, focused.
We're alert so that we won't get beaten. So
I don't know if RSM could know all the students these days. With so many students.
We lived in fear. We lived in fear.
Is right. We live through fear.
You have to be strong.
Yes, you have to be strong. You have to be wise. It's true. You're correct. You're correct, Suli. That's true.
So if they're not flogging you, you won't be disciplined. So,
it's impossible.
That's true.
At least in Nigeria.
Even what we go through with our own kids too. So imagine that we don't discipline our kids as much. You can see how disobedient most of them are. Even to watch TV, they are in charge of the remote control. You can't try it those days. I mean,
No, we were the remote control back in the 70s and
I want to
80s.
watch my own channel.
Yeah, because we have to use, it was all manual.
Who born you well? You
Oh,
understand?
yeah.
Things are reversed.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, before you guys go far, I have to say the story. Sorry.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
Gokita, remember that the day I watched African Magic in the house. So remember those days when there was famine in school, when there's no food and everything, you know. People will go around, maybe use your cup, go to one house, collect gari, go to another place, collect milk, go to another place, you know, collect sugar and all that, you know. So there was this senior, I experienced the guy. The guy was like going around, you know. I didn't sleep early that night. A lot of people were sleeping. The guy went around, you know, collected different things, collected gari, collected Bonvita, milk, sugar. You know, the mission was complete, everything in one cup. So the guy was now looking for water. And he was approaching Goketawo's bed. Goketawo's bed, usually what happens is that, you know, anytime you fetish water, puts Dettol inside. So,
no, it was Izal. It wasn't Dettol. It was
Izal,
Izal.
not even Dettol. Dettol is mild. Izal. The guy, you know, the guy used more than 2 hours getting food. This guy hadn't eaten for 2 days. Went under Goketawo's bed, collected water. In my mind, I was saying, wait for it. The moment the guy took the first one, the guy shouted, Goketawo. If you Goketawo sleep, you'll see the slap.
I was sleeping. Can you imagine? The idiot, the bastard woke me up with a slap.
It was terrible.
No, but they didn't slap now. I was doing frog jump the whole night and rolling on my head. No, seriously. He was frog jumping me up and down the place, slapping me continuously over water that is my own for bath the next day. I'm looking at it, but because now I was sleeping, I was like, but I didn't ask you to put your water, you just again. Again, front job, my friend. Jesus Christ.
Died that night.
He almost killed me. Like I was from like 10 p.m. to like 3 a.m. in the morning. He was drilling me throughout the whole thing. I was looking at him like crying.
Really bad.
And then soon the next day, next day, soon I was like telling no, I don't know if it's soon I was like, okay, I saw him before. I said, so why didn't you tell him? He goes, okay, let's put it this way. I didn't like the senior. He was a bastard. And you are my friend. But I wanted to see him suffer. I'm like, but who suffered more? Me. I suffered all night. I also suffered all night with beating and punishment because you didn't like the senior. And you have told him that I put Izal in my...
We have to bring these guys back, man.
But before you go, Fako, tell us the story. You have to tell us that RSM and soldiers chasing you guys from Omiobo and you ran with other people, but by the time you are in the bush, they said your own food, the eba, whatever you had, nothing poured, but everybody's food was scattered. But everybody just stood and they were looking at Fako. So tell us that story because it's legendary.
Okay, was a genius.
There were two instances. There was one time I came to Tiger House. I think I came to collect gari, milk, and sugar from someone in Tiger House, from a junior. And while I was trying to go out through the back door, there was water on the floor, and I slipped. The gari was in my hand, and I landed with the back of my head, and this was how the cup was in my hand, and everybody started. My back, and this was how my hand was with the cup. The same thing happened in that incident that you are saying. The food, the food did not pour. It didn't pour.
You guys ran for a while, and you are running with your plate, and it did not drop.
It did not drop. It didn't drop.
You got skills.
I discovered myself and gone for it.
My God.
It was too late. It did not pour. Nothing poured.
Just to add, who had this? Who gave us great impressions? You know, either our mates or our seniors. I don't know whether we can just quickly sit down. I have somebody that I truly, you know, is my mate, and I have at least one or two seniors that really, and I had this very good. They had this good impression on me. I really love. I mean, I love the way they had very good impression. And one with my mate is Obasa. Obasa, our Obasa was the school prefect, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
timekeeper.
No, was it timekeeper? Yes, he was. Yeah.
He was one ringing the bell by 5:30 in the morning.
He was. He was. Yeah.
Then he was our house captain he was our house captain.
No, no, it was Tony Okafor.
No, Tony Okafor. Okay. I mean, Obasa was a very dutiful person. Very, very. I just admire him. Was dutiful, timekeeping. He was neat, clean, very clean. So that kind of strong impression, I just love. One or two seniors, 2 years, that was always.
There's one guy that actually gave it similar impression was Michael Taiwo, base clerk.
Yeah, Michael Taiwo. Yeah, that's
true. Yeah, I remember him.
Prefect.
Yeah, was our head boy.
Yeah, it was our head boy.
It was our head boy. Yeah.
When you talk of neatness, when you talk of academic brilliance, when you talk of friendliness, he was not. He did not allow the power to consume him. He might have that husky voice and shout at you, but he brings you closer, laugh with you, and he doesn't look out to victimize you. And so I can never forget basically, and was very brilliant. If you don't understand anything, you go to him. He's going to put you through. There are some colleagues that were always carrying first, carry second. You go and meet them to teach you. They will never teach you. They will close the book.
Yeah.
That's true.
In our time. Sorry, what I admire is I don't even see him anymore. Femi Oni.
Femi Oni.
And he lives in the UK.
Very neat. Yeah. He used to come from UK then. Very neat, very brilliant. Quiet. Always own. Yeah. And there's Stephen Umar too.
Yeah, Stephen Umar. That's
Stephen Umar. Very.
Umar will teach you.
Quiet guy. Very nice guy.
Very brilliant. He will teach you anything.
Brilliant. And neat. I say it's the same uniform we are wearing. Mine was always, looking rumpled and all that.
Yeah.
But Stephen and Femi Oni always, clean, neat, and always, prepared.
I think it was our senior prefect.
Is it okay now?
Okay, so who will you say from our set and our senior that inspired you?
From our sets?
And our senior.
Our senior. I will talk of this Ozegbe guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was our senior.
Yeah, he was a year senior.
Yeah, very brilliant. And he's very free, very, very free. I used to wash his clothes for him. That's very friendly guy. All of us, even you, all of us, he used to teach us maths because he very, very quiet. Very brilliant. And the guy was just too good. Very brilliant. And he mixes with the junior. It doesn't.
I can't remember.
He was not wicked.
He was time prefect. He was 18th set time prefect.
Very, very intelligent. I used to call him Bobo Sayen or something like that. Bobo Sayen.
No. Duwale was Bobo Sayen.
Okay, was Bobo Sayen. Who remember this guy? I forgot to show me the scar.
Then now one mate.
Urubusi. It was in Dragon House.
That was the Olodo boy that came into Form 3 and they demoted him to Form 1 when he had 0.
My junior brother.
Okay. Yeah, we get all of this up.
Yeah.
Break.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was really, really good.
I think was he? No, it was Andrea Folabi. No, it wasn't him. It was Andrea Folabi.
Ogumekon was my partner.
Yeah,
so I remember very well because that was my own turning point because I was very, very slow. I was playful from my Form 1 to Form 3. I started catching up from Form 4. That even this, our prefect, that you called now, what's his name?
Antonio Okafor.
He had to cease my economics. No, our head boy. Forgotten the head boy that Faku just called now.
Oh, Michael Taiwo.
Yes, when he was distributing our script for economics. When he saw my score, he seized my script for over 2 weeks.
Why?
Give me my script, He said, no, he didn't believe I could pass him even.
Jealousy.
He said, where I go get this score, whether I do wuru wuru, he check. He went to teacher, he said, he gave me back my script by himself. I said, you can keep it. He came back and gave me my script back.
What's his own now?
His own was thinking, he was looking at me like when we were from 2. That,
Imagine
this guy, you understand? You can
Mm.
imagine that. But today you see everybody.
So you still carry out from mind. You still carry out from mind.
No. Now, I'm not carrying from mind. I just use and they talk how things be, you know.
Carry from mind. I beg you. That don't pass.
No, it don't pass. No,
Well, I'll say for
I'm
me,
not carrying-
I'll say for me, in our set was rest in peace, Anthony Egone. You know, he taught me street smart thing. He was very quick, and and stuff. So rest in peace. And we were friends after command. You know, rest in peace. So he passed away. For our seniors, definitely Ozebuma taught me a lot of mathematics and stuff. If I woke him up at night for assignment to help me out, he would wake up and he would do the assignment for me. And 88 set house captain Jide Odubumi also helped me. He helped me a lot with physics. Yeah, he helped me with physics. I actually saw him about 12 years ago in Minnesota. He came to he lives in Chicago, so he used to help me with physics.
Where's water? Don't be bringing
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, he used to help me a lot with physics those days when I was struggling with physics and biology. So he helped me with that. But Ozegbe, for sure, mathematics, always helping. And he used to teach a bunch of us in Tiger House. Those days. You understand? And teaching us, like a lesson, we all go and meet him. Ozegbe, we need help in this mathematics stuff. So he will help us in that. So
remember him. This was a big guy.
he was 88th set time captain. He used to make me go and ring bell for him all the time. I was always irritated about that because RSM used to flog him small, because his father, his father was Tiger House. Now he was in our house.
He was in our house, Tiger House now.
You forgot him.
I forgot.
Okay, so for me,
boy.
I think for me,
let's hear from Olawe.
I'm on our waiting now. We need to go.
Okay, as you spoke of a gun now, it just reminded me of
Oh yeah, wait. Oh my God.
Wait. Let's hear from Olawe.
Okay.
All right. I think for me was a lady, a senior prefect girl. I don't know if you remember Tutu Adewumi.
Okay, Tutu.
Yeah, the name sounds
yes.
Very light in complexion.
Exactly, very light skin, very, very smart, very, very, very brilliant.
She was your set. She was your set.
Yes,
I think she was on first position. She and Adiola David were always at
Adiola David.
She was always.
No, it was between her, Adiola David, and no, I don't know if it was Ozegbe. Sorry, and Ozegbe. All right, sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So now go sweat to. I think you're saying
All right. So that if we vote against you, all Tiger.
No matter. Now we'll do 4 jump together. All right. So I mean, she was very neat. Always very neat. Very calm. The seniority, the prefect didn't get to her head.
Yeah.
She was always just quiet. She rarely punished any junior. Really did anything like that.
Very nice lady.
I think for my senior in finals was Dimeji Ali. He was my school father. He was just one very chilled senior. I mean, he was never wicked. He was somebody I knew. I never even tagged him, punish anybody. He was just always soft spoken. He was playful now. He will beat you with towel, wet towel, all that, but he was never a wicked guy. So that guy left in Markham. That's why we're still friends up to today.
I knew Dimeji before we came to our dads were in the same military corps, so I had known him since I was a kid.
I think the senior that had impression on me was Victor Abia Okon.
Oh yes, I remember him.
He was one of the tallest. He was not a wicked guy. And he was always defending me anytime. Yeah, Senior Victor Abia Okon, Papa. They call him Papa.
I think he was my brother's house, school father when my brother was in Form 1 and stuff.
They call him Papa.
I remember him. He was very, very cool. Cadet commander.
He was the head of cadets. He was the head of the cadets.
He was water prefect also.
Oh yes. And he was cadet commander too. Yeah. No, we had good seniors. You know, we definitely have to always appreciate the seniors who helped us. You know, my school father when I was junior was Maurice Omama, house captain, Tiger House too. Always used to protect me.
It would be unfair to mention the demonic seniors, and let's not call them here.
No,
No call names, please.
Some of them are calling. They might not be demonic
Okay.
anymore, you know.
The Holy Ghost has helped them out.
Dr.
Hopefully.
Hey,
Yeah.
Fako,
Hopefully. Yeah.
Fako, you still there?
I
Fako,
did.
Sule, you there?
I'm here.
You there?
Yeah, I did.
Dr. Bumi, not too
Yes.
well though. I really appreciate you guys coming out. I know
Wow,
we have a
good.
lot. This is a lot of fun. You guys have been actually the most involved group we've had. You guys
Yes.
just keep bringing it.
2 hours,
Yes,
4
but,
minutes. I'll see if I can edit this down or do part 1 and part 2.
Yeah,
Because it
so-
depends on how funny it was.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a lot
funny,
more,
it's funny.
but I mean,
We appreciate you guys, but we appreciate your time. We
Yeah,
know it's
no
kind
doubt.
of late in Lagos right now, so
Yeah.
you guys,
it is.
I know you guys have families. We have work to do tomorrow, even tonight. But we,
Yeah.
we thank you.
All right.
we'll
Let me do the
continue
final,
that.
Kenny.
All
So
right.
yeah. So thank you very much to my brothers, from command all the way, command children school, command Ipaja. We've all had fun. That's why we're all tight, and we're and I remember all of us actually hanging out in the 30th anniversary last year and taking pictures. Paco, send me that picture, I beg. I want to use it. And Kenny, that all of us took a picture at 30th anniversary. So
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, I want to add it. So yeah, so I've known these guys for about 40 years, so we were very, very tight, and we're still tight till today, and everything. So thank you very much for honoring us and telling us how Command has evolved you from back in the day till today, and we keep waxing stronger, asking God for good health, and to also focus on our careers and family amongst other stuff. So it's been a pleasure having you guys honoring our invitations, come and talk. It was funny as hell. Paco, you just cracked me up like crazy. Stop. Stop, Messiah. That thing is hilarious. I forgot. Now I remember. I just remember that thing was funny. Well, it's true. I remember that day. You understand? So it's been a pleasure having you guys here. Thank you for honoring our invitation. 89 set is always the best. So very supportive. Ife, take it away.
All right, guys. Again, we hope to have you guys back. Okay. Please share, spread the word. When the videos come out, we have already like 6 editions already posted on our YouTube channel. Go in there, subscribe, share. Please spread the word. We'd like to have you guys back at some point. We have our schedules are kind of booked now for the next four weeks.
Yeah, 4 weeks. We are booked.
People coming in from NMS, from Air Force. Yeah. So we're gonna stay busy. So you guys stand by.
We're having, like you said, we have people from NMS, Air Force coming on. It's just been busy. Yeah. I'm currently editing edition 7 right now. It takes a lot of work to edit this.
And we had one in Minnesota. We had one in Maryland last week with
yes.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
So you guys are edition 8, I think. No, 9. Actually, this is edition 9.
It's important that you guys go subscribe.
Okay, to run with 89, huh?
Yeah.
I guess. I didn't even think of it that way.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers, all right, cheers, guys.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks, okay.
All right.
Ọmọ Lagos Command School ni mí. Mo fojú sí
ẹ̀kọ́ mi níbi tí bẹ́ẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀kọ́ tí mo kàn
Kàmúra.
Àkókò mo ti fẹ́rẹ̀ dé onídọ̀wọ́ pẹ̀lú ìfẹ́
òde tán nínú
mo fẹ́ gbá òun lé ọmọ. Yeah, thanks a lot. Bye, everyone.
Thanks. All right, so. Bye. God bless everybody. Have a great day.
Zinzo.
Fakulujo, Binsburger, Central Sima, Binsburger, Fakulujo. I hope you remember that song. Because when Fakulujo